Hey, just knocking them out. Things just keep getting more interesting. All kinds of stuff happening, but really nothing happening. Except that it's crazy behavior, and I don't want to be around it. That's what I was getting last night. But that we're talking about relationships, that's the real testing. It's going to be the atonement. Uh, so, well, last night I was watching, staying up in there, careful, and here they come. But I was kind of excited, like police are here, and test all this stuff out. And was I crazy? But yeah, we just did our paces. Is there an injured party? You know, every time you get a presentment into your court, you accept it for your review. To that's the first step. So if you think something's coming at you and you're just reaching out there and trying to block them out there, then you're not ready. I could see that in all the legal. They kept saying that, like, why you gotta accept it, and then ask for or you re-present it out there. But it made sense because they're asking me a question. I was like, running back up in there and just come right back out there, and because I knew what they're for, and I was, checking the handiwork. I was like, good. So that was kind of funny, but so anyway, we just kind of like a little party. Paramedics showed up. Like, wow, and took my blood pressure. I said, with drugs. They kept thinking I was on drugs, and I was like, oh, a couple beers, a glass of wine. The pot, and the cop was like, oh yeah, that's not even, nothing. And so a little part of me was like a little curious, like, did I need help, or they're saying, take me to the hospital, see psychologists, and a little bit. I let a little bit of that out there, and the guy, he just came right back in. You want to go see the sheriff? You need to go to the hospital. I thought about it, like maybe there's something to do downtown at the hospital. So much suffering there. But I was like, not right now, So I think some other cops came over. It was just like a party, and but I told them what was going on, and I sort of explained, like, I was having a spiritual awakening. That got their attention quick. Like, both their eyes were out. So it's good. And then I slipped them a few messages, and I mean, they need that too. I was like, you guys have nothing to do. I could feel that, and they laughed. But what greater gift than that they're actually servants of God, or whatever your word is. It seems a lot better. We'd all have a lot better feelings because we know they're necessary, because the children all down here are breaking that golden rule. It's really that simple, but difficult to really locate. That's where the work comes in. So I was just numbers, and major numbers in your life have significance. Like, there's nothing that's insignificant. It's like when all it started, a few months ago, I kept asking who are you talking to when you talk to yourself? People say, I was just talking to myself. Was anybody listening? So I always ask them. But my numbers, because I hate checking my bank account, maybe once a month, but it's like, check it now, and it was 12. I said, oh, that's good. Of course, that date is 1st of November. Okay, doesn't like me being that far away from the Wi-Fi. But those are days that we can guide the manifestation. Like, we know how powerful that is. Like, we create everything, right? Just that 50-50 is that eye that's watching. So it's pretty. But that's ELO's 14th album. So it's like nothing not connected. I was reading in New Mexico, like, all the stuff I still hung around the listserv for the school for a reason, but how they're gonna have classes. But they kept saying that there's gonna be face-to-face teaching. Like, that's probably what God would do. Like, get right up in there or make the clues that much more obvious. That's where the first commerce, right? The face-to-face. So I was like, good. A little bit of education, but face is right up in there. So nothing to be afraid of on all that. Just trying to figure out how it works. I was up there in this COVID-19, seeing how that's designed. So yeah, the illness and sickness, and I see people with that, but the healing vibration comes in and just does it, you know, because that's what we are. That's that 369. There's all these pieces on the puzzle, on the stage and the play, and you can put them together, but they'll bring you like right up to the circle, you know, the black hole, singularity. So there's a lot of them out there that I looked into. You know, Royal Rife with the frequencies was curing disease, but it's still that germ theory was something, right? Wilhelm Reich, but they're stories and pieces that I experienced, so like put the direct people that, well, here it is on the stage. And I went back and did the gematria on the thieves, you know, that were crucified with Christ, and 48 was in there, the ages that this was coming to me, but 128 was just boom, boom, 128, CERN, and at that moment Maverick had posted something about CERN, and so I went in there and dropped something in there. He's like, no, it's word salad, and hey, I kept thinking about it, and so I threw CERN in there, and it's the same word, CERN and thief. So they're trying to accomplish the same things, but the thieves are your real mother and father that we all share from up on high, and then CERN, you know, it's the huge, you know, Hadron Collider. Hadron is a finished product, you know, it's been tested, it's ready. So that's what all that represents, and it just was all happening at the same time. And I had the Doors on in the background on the YouTube, and I was singing that we lost our mother, why must we have whiskey on? Lost your mother, because that's the first one you see when you go up, is the mother. So from Stairway, that's, so you see the woman that still turns glitter to gold, and you came from your mother, right? From the inception. So that would so I was like, yeah, cool, that's vibing. Yeah, the animal karma, the vegan stuff, and people were talking about that. You know, it's all recorded, so it may not be direct, but you know, it's not to be doubted. I was with Atticus in Missouri, and homesteading like 10 years. You know, me and my buddy, we ran off to the woods and run away from all it, and nothing happens. Nothing ever happens. Just the system keeps updating. But we had to cross this field, and the only way through was to go into where the cows were, and we got over there, and man, they were boom. The male, man, they were pissed. Because, you know, I was going to Dollar General and getting steaks and eating, I was doing all that shit, you know? Like, you could feel that. God could feel that. All in that moment, you think you're separate, but I felt it many times. Like, oh, wow, you feel how that other person feels. So we were nervous, man. And I just looked that first one in the eye and said, whatever it is here that's wrong, you know, we'll try to correct it. And just took one little step and kind of said, okay. And then we just shuffled off, and man, it shows up right in your face. Animal karma. So the guy had a near-death experience, and he was shown the things in his life where he didn't know that he was connected. One of them was he came home and he's all worried about work, and his dog was all excited to see him, and he just blew right past him, and the dog was devastated, you know, and he felt that feeling in his pet, you know. So I've been, you know, just with the cats and stuff, it's just like magical. You know, that's a good place to start testing, and because they are looking at you like it's the same thing. I've been taking my cues from cats. They're like, what else was? You know, it's like, man, it's so rough out there. Like someone's looking for a guru or someone to tell them, you know, a calm voice, you know, fireside chat. I was like, well, it's always you're your own solution, you know. So I just listen to these talks, you know, just stay calm. Science, quantum entanglement, something to check out. That's pretty wild, you know. Take an electron in New York, and there's the other half of it's in, you know, Los Angeles, and whatever this one does, the other one does instantaneous. That's how powerful that is. because it created all this time and space. That's what we're doing. You are it. So things are just can be, light speed. It's instantaneous. How we create this realm. There's a lot of that stuff. You're like, that doesn't make sense. People trying to get off of these roles and these races, and it's all programmed, put in there as part of the, pre-testing, that you would think that there would be. So that all came from Hollywood. This is just no cowboys and Indians, and there were big, massive cities. You go see that. All the hidden history people know that. So that was just put in there as a test to see if you would take that. Facial recognition. It's like, yeah. So it's all good, It's like, yeah, God's here, man. But what are other ones? One I had that there's no separation. My dog, his feet kept getting, real inflamed, and I was trying to soak him in Epsom salt, and he wasn't having it, and I finally just snapped, and I was like, but part of me is like, so I just snapped, and then I saw it, like, I just pulsing my soul and squeezing them as hard as I could, or sort of, but it was just like, oh yeah, there's nothing that can be destroyed, because it's all the same. So in a lot of his dreams, I'd see it'd be like Plato, or some guy in the clouds, and he had a whole sea of people. He's just teaching, and oh man, it's heavenly. And I've been up there a number of times, but one time I was coming down, and I just right up on his chin, right there, like this location was just looking at it, and me that was like waking up was like, come on, let's go. I was like, oh, okay. So I got back in my body there, but licensing, that's to do something illegal, and there I was in medical school going to get my license. I thought that was going to be my career. I felt it the night before the big test to go on to the next phase, and it just sort of grabbed me like, nah, you can't do this. But yeah, that's exactly how it went down the next day. I was like, spirits, guides were not having it. But the other number with the CERN and the thieves was 128. Like that was a big number, man. Over and over, boom, boom. So I went and got that piece. It's for the spirit number, it's you've reached a place where you're now going to do something in the spiritual. That's your new career, occupation, direction. It's got all the numbers in there. Just move them around to get your 9/11. So I was like, yeah, that makes sense. At least something's making sense here. But marriage license, that's state stepping in, like two people, that's all, like that. Yeah, you're just saying that you're not responsible to be in a marriage, that you need a license for it, so someone can keep an eye on you. It's just we were hanging on so much that we were fighting that government, and that kind of gave us our thing, that gave us a community, right? But then there's the personality types who's going to be the ones that are like, no, you're crazy, but they're playing their role. They're just waiting for us to mature, to step up to the government role, right? Be the sixes and take the cues that are true from on high. So that then it all makes sense if you look at it that way, because they're pushing you up there. They all get to have their community, but it's just part of the evolution. So then when you get up there, then they get they don't have anything to hide. Like, remember that? And the government's going to spy on everything. And those people would say, I don't have anything to hide. And we'd be like, you don't, you're just a pussy and all that. And but then it makes perfect sense, because you can't hide anything from that, the all-seeing eye, if that's still your thing. But that these personality types, we're talking about that, how they work together up the spiral. But yeah, here I am being tested they're calling the police for that very reason. So, I was getting that from my sister's side too. It's like, I'm calling the police, and, but that's part of the testing, part of the polishing, shining the diamond. Um, Glitches, things have been glitching, but it's like, yeah, so connected to that technology, we thought it was separate. So I'll just I'll check my email and then the weather will pop up. And I'm like, well, okay, what am I supposed to see here? My battery on my computer, it's getting warning, the battery's dead, and couldn't work it without plugging it in, but then it would still keep draining. I'm getting stressed out on that, and I hadn't even thought about it. And then there it was, 100%, out of nowhere, somewhere. Your phone, my computer battery's back. COVID-19 testing. I don't even know what's going on with any of that stuff now. So many places to look. People get into, Hermes Trismegistus. It's another way of saying all these basic lessons. But, we say it's hermetically sealed. It's airtight, right? Nothing getting through that. And, well, look around on how do you get air pressure? You got to have a container around us. So it's another flat Earth argument. It's just these patterns go on. The personality types test, yelling, but it's really for that purpose, and it's just what it's for. I appreciate that, and you see that has to be the way it could go down, because it's just created. And I was thinking back to this was like zzz, because I was all afraid, when it started, and that's why I had. That was my nudge onto the stage. But in '99, I had these buddies in Jamaica, and the last day I was like, I'm not wasting all these mushrooms. And it's like, about 2 weeks, still tripping. And 1 more week for it to come back to normal. But I don't know, it's not my first time around this merry-go-round. The other one was in 2008, and I was kind of chemtrails, and I was teaching class. I was like, man, I'm just teaching these kids to hate each other, like the Trivers Willard hypothesis, and competing against your child. It's all survival of the fittest, and they just caught me in the room in the middle of the class. They just was like, ooh. I was like, all right, that's it, go home. It's Thursday. I said take Friday off. And I had to think about what I was really doing up there. Showing these horrible videos, I saw what it was, and I get a phone call. My mom's having problems. She needs you at home. But I was like, that's really not like my mom at all. But I was like, oh, okay. But I thought I was going crazy then, 2008 once again. So to be expected. Noticed a couple months ago, my phone volume just got real quiet. Nothing. It wouldn't be. Couldn't hear it. Still can't. And it happened to my sister's phone too. And then I was out here, listening to my YouTube videos on my other phone, and that started getting real tinny, and so I was like, well, I got to keep up on all these channels, and so that was my cue that it was doing its part for all of this, and just that it's quiet voices that come through. That's what I needed. Just tell me the truth, and that's what was me. It was coming out of my. That's what I was. The answer to what I needed. And Jimi Hendrix is Morgan Freeman. I'm like, yeah, both of them. You love both of them. Morgan's voice, Jimmy's music. Just I appreciate that. Don't be worried about who's this clone. We already know who the clone army is, and they're with us. They're part of us. They played through us, with us in this all of this. So just so many of those, so many movies, so many artists. Whatever your favorite one was. Cat Stevens was really Stephen Katz, Jewish. Now he's a Muslim. I love his music. Touched me, helped me. He's part of my family. People got into that movie Vision Quest, it's part of that whole edifice. It's built right around the black hole, singularity, Alpha and Omega point up there. But yeah, memories are a funny, interesting thing to think about. I got reacquainted with a high school girlfriend where she's reminiscing, and she's like, remember when this happened? And then I was like, no, and several in a row. I'm like, I'm not losing my mind, except then I said, well, what did I remember? And I started telling her mine. She didn't remember mine. So, it's individual. Um, saw people, the Muslims are cube and the Christians are cross, and the box, you unfold the cube, it's well, yeah. Is that a reason to get up in arms? Or yeah, before there was one united, one religion, one voice in that. You can see all the symbols. There's a cross and a crescent, and all these other things are supposed to be separate now, right? But they're all Bra, Ham. It's all one song. And yeah, talk to animals. Yeah, because that's you in there. You are it. I don't know about that story right now. Vaccines and all that. I say it's hard to see through that. I don't. But I got MMR, and I was a little bit, Asperger's, because people would talk, and I'd listen to counting the letters in their speech, and if it didn't end in a divisible by 3, I was like, say something else. So those vaccines working in me to affect my mental chemistry? I'm not sure, but I know that, just fighting that like, when does that really go down? Like, for the swine flu vaccine, is that what the grand design is all about? Just scare us for this government wants to take us over? Does that ever happen? Really? It's our consciousness that's doing all of that. So, whatever we decide or project, that's it. That's what it is. It's, God's movie, watching it through us right now. We just don't know that we're watching that movie, Shadows. I mean, I say shadows, but it's, it's pretty good. It's awesome. But, not something to be afraid of. There's so many seas, it's just, but it's everything, right? The currency is the currency. So many seas, like, so many layers. Just take what works for you, and if it resonates then, just use it there and there, You keep moving, you find other tools to use. CERN. Someone's like, well, where's Bill Gates? Well, we know that these are holograms, taking a stage, just a stage. So, there's only so much bandwidth for that. It's reading our subconscious minds for that to take those cues. This is good. Bill Gates, this is so scary. So, it's all just a test. Like, why is everything going off the hook now? Because I think people are starting to question that. That maybe there's more to it, and so it just might come up. That's on cue to like really try to scare you. See if you still believe that is something that exists. So yeah, I don't know. I haven't seen anything like yet about like what I'm saying, but what I do today, fish. I went fishing, and all over the internet looking for people. I was dropping there's 14 in there now. This will be 15, and yeah, Fisher of Men, Moses. That's what what it's all. That was all about. But yeah. I don't know what I'm supposed to do here, but yeah. So just every day about 4 o'clock's feeling good for me. I guess just be a preacher, one of those guys. But you know me, but I've been down all those rabbit holes and just jump up there and start talking nonsense. We're here to really help each other. It's what this age is. There is a cycle to all. Like the Earth is breathing. With the tides, it's alive. Seen that from many layers, many levels. So I don't know. So superpowers, though. I was thinking back to high school. We went down to spring break, and we just watched the Doors movie with Val Kilmer, and let's manifest him back up on stage. Just, what'd you get from it? Like Jim Morrison might be Rush Limbaugh, and great. Just keep great on the stage. What did you get from it? Awesome movies, right? Jim Morrison, the whole character. Yeah, his dad was in the CIA. It's all big media production, military, but it's just God trying to hug you. Step back and look at it for what it was. But we were down there in a hotel, guys, Catholic Central, North, and messing around down there, and with taking LSD. I was like, wow. And next thing you know, the room, there's like guys in there, but they had this woman who was prostitute, and they're like $50 or something if you take a water pistol and shoot right into the triangle, not the hole, but if anything got wet, we were out of that money. From all the way out the door on the balcony. I had no hesitation. I took the gun, tested it, and boom. They lost their shit, man. Like, they've been stealing people's money, man. And then I stepped up there with that superpower, and took their gold. But that was not like all these drugs are just imitations of the real stuff that we make. I was running around like whatever Jim Morrison was singing, I'm the Lizard King, and I was running around the hotel. And next thing, cops come around the corner, and I quiet it down real quick. And I was like, "What's going on?" And they're like, "Oh yeah." And I was like, "Yeah, I think I saw him just go around that corner down there." And they went on. So yeah, cops came over last night. But it was like a party, man. Kinds of people, man. It's like face time, and so that was good for me. Good. But yeah, I think it just vibrated out. I was like, no alcohol, no nothing. I mean nothing, because I knew when that would happen, when it was time. Didn't force myself to do something else. It's all vibration. So vibing it on up to the higher nation. Yeah, what would be the worst thing that they would do? Nothing. They can't. Just to see what's in us, see who's who. At minimum, like there's a benevolent king, like, sure, what our stage cues are for that, but in many forms. Maybe that will find itself in a single person. I don't, but that message is high fidelity, right? That's as above, so below. There's, it's not, I need to, but you're getting the good information, from someone who cares about its children. I mean, of course, mother and father of all life here is going to come check on the children. I mean, right? There's no other way that it could be. So yeah, detaching from the samadhi, get mixed up in there, food and all that stuff. But you're your own doctor. You know what heals. You're your own nation. You have your own government. These doctors, grab that one right there before it gets out. There can be facilitators, yeah, for sure, but they need to know this too. So children's hospitals are getting so big, but nobody's asking, well, why are these kids so sick? That's the real question. And so they're still all needed to bring them back, right? But they don't know what they do. That's all they need to know, is to hear that. Just I think of the writers that I talked to, and they were just so relieved. They're like, oh, I don't want to lose you, and I've never heard. That was the excitement of that. People know that there's something makes sense going on with all this. So yeah, just expect that show to just get more bizarre. That's it's how it's designed. So expect it and sit back and watch that. You get all that stuff we've been talking about. Your ZZ Tops out of the watch your projection, movie screen. Just watch them dance on off stage. Be like, that's pretty good. Like, so one is like, oh man, you know, these monsters and from other dimensions, and you know, it's pretty creative. Some of the stuff I fell for. What was one? You know, the jinn. There's this giant ghost that lived, they've been stuck in the earth for, you know, so long, and they're coming back out now, and, you know, just each one, because you already know you're your singularity point, and I saw what it makes all this, right? So, it's all that exists, and, so it's just like, yeah, I guess I fell for that one a little bit, and you know, I was yelling at people about the, you know, giants in the days, and, you know, you can find evidence out there on the set, but, you know, if there were, it was us, or you, or it's our consciousness that doing that. It's one organism altogether. So, you know, it's just another test. What was I doing? I was saying, oh, I'm right. I got this information. I'm over here, and you're dumber. Until you realize your role and step up, and we get the connection for that. So, yeah, it's good to be tested. Good to be tested. So I don't know. Hopefully, I won't have to see the cops, but you know, I appreciate that. Appreciate what they're doing, and then I told them what they were doing and what it was for, and they appreciated that. So, but they, you know, it's crazy, but well, you know, what is crazy for you? You know? But part of the test, you know, I don't need anything from anyone. You know, so it's a good test. Good. Just a calm voice to listen to and make sense of the news, and I'll see what's going out there now. You know, I fished them all in. 5,000 friends. Keeps going down a little bit, you know, but look, you know, if this wasn't true, who cares? I mean, it wouldn't not work or whatever, but if it's true, then it's the only way it could work, right? So, so I love all you guys watching. So my only advice at this point would be, you see the people struggling with these things, you know, I just been dropping that first video on there. That's the first step, if you're willing to not have that ringing in your head, is to think of it, you know, for what it might really be. And well, at least at best that you don't have them yapping up on your page, you know, with all this shit, beer porn stuff. Coming up 21st, summer solstice. That's sure. Big day. What do we want on the set? It's up to us. What we manifest. What they or they or us. So, you know, feeling good at this point. But I go through a dark night. I mean, I say, and then the calmness comes. You know, just talking to you guys, that fellowship. If I didn't have you, I'd be watching that shit show, man. I'll see. I'll walk out there at some point. Do all that as well. So gatherings, Angela Pearly. Oh no, I did drop it on her page. I was like, you know, I know her, not kind of a little bit, but you know, Pearly Gates, summer solstice. You know, Scott, maybe meet up there. Well, we're still doing our safe stuff. So, well, in the face mask, you know, that's because you're speaking sin or breaking the rule by hurting people. That was what that's all about, right? See no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil. Those are 3 ways you can break the law. So, you know, I feel sorry for us. This guy came in today, cut the cable wire and with a mask on, and I was like, it's like that's what this is all about. Like, those gotta help them, you know. And they may just be playing their personality part. They know not what they do. It's no big deal, but it'd be better if they had someone that cared about them, telling them what to do, right, for good reasons. But just no one knows what those reasons are right now. It's just fine. That's why I designed it that way. So I'm just one beacon of, you know, who knows how many. But good. All right, everybody. See what the next day brings us. Is glorious. Just enjoy everything you're doing. Get the love. That's what we're missing. So, All right, I'll see you guys all in the next one. Good luck.